I'm Darren for Hit the Floor magazine and welcome back to The Waiting Game. If I'm going to be a little frank this time, I'd say the direction of this episode is going to go to the side and then right down to the bottom, if you get what I mean. When picking the film for this week, I could have easily chosen something along the lines of Spider-Man or Captain America, but I felt personally that I would have been cheating you as an audience, because those films would follow the same technique I used last week for X-Men, just telling you about the comics and cartoons and other films that they've been in before. So that's why I've made the decision to choose a different kind of film this week. Yes, this week's episode is about the film Frank, a lesser known film starring Maggie Gyllenhaal, Domhnall Gleeson, and at the forefront of the cast playing Frank, Michael Fassbender. From what I've seen, not many people know of this film so far, and it's true that there's only one trailer and a couple of screenshots out there, but it's definitely something to look forward to. The story follows John, played by Gleeson, a wannabe musician who joins an eccentric pop band led by Frank. Now, believe it or not, this film is based on a real person, Frank Sidebottom. Frank Sidebottom was the persona of musician Chris Seavey. Now, I say was because, sadly, he not long ago passed away. But his weird and enigmatic character lives on. If you want to know more about Mr. Sidebottom himself, then you can find plenty of recordings and video of the comedian slash performer anywhere on the internet. There's also a documentary in the works called Being Frank. This focuses on Chris's life and character, Frank Sidebottom. And though it's not currently a finished product, you can still go and check out the trailer. Now, as I said earlier, Michael Fassbender plays Frank in this picture, and it's quite strange that he's doing such a comedic role. He's more known for doing action or drama, but if you really must see some of his best work, then I do recommend going to see Prometheus. Prequel to the Aliens films, this is a classic story of how it all began, and Fassbender brings a fantastic role to the feature. Next, I'd like to focus on actor Domhnall Gleeson, the protagonist of the film Frank. He's never actually been in many noticeable films, but last year he did get the main part in a film called About Time. Now, since it's pretty recent, you may have heard of this. Gleeson's character is told by his father, played by Bill Nighy, that they each possess the power to reverse time. A not so simple love story about Gleeson getting his dream girl in any way he can, and considering his unique arsenal, you never know what could happen. Next, an actress from Frank, in a slightly less relevant film, but still one to watch nonetheless. Maggie Gyllenhaal, who plays Clara in the film, is also known for playing Rachel in The Dark Knight. Now, I know this is far from anything Sidebottom related, but anybody who hasn't seen this film already definitely needs to go and do so. The superb acting from each of the cast, and one of the final performances from Heath Ledger as the Joker, who can say no? And lastly, if you want to see something with the same style as Frank, then you can't go wrong with Prince Avalanche. Once again, a lesser known film starring Paul Rudd, a not too long comedy with a kind of Napoleon Dynamite theme. By this I mean not much goes on in the whole scheme of things throughout the film, but still it's no less enjoyable to watch. So once again, thanks for watching. I'm Darren Martin for Hit the Floor magazine. This is The Waiting Game.